What up, it's your boy, the Incredible Man, and this is New Amsterdam Season 4, Episode 20, discussion/review, titled Rise. Let's talk about it, man.
I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings, I'ma be fine.
The episode was good overall. I just felt like it seemed a little rushed to me. I don't know how anybody else felt about it. It just seemed just a little bit fast-paced, in my opinion. But it was such a great episode. Like, the stakes in this episode were very high for me. I don't know how you guys felt about that, but the stakes were very high, man. Let's talk about the case with the mother and the twins and the babies. You know, they ended up finding some tumors, I want to say, in their throats. So they had to take them out, operate it, and then they were going to put the babies back in. Then all of a sudden, her uterus something happened and it kind of collapsed a little bit. But they were able to put one baby inside of her uterus and one on the outside. And it was like it's going to be born inside the abdominal part of her belly. And it was a little high stakes, man, because, you know, that happened. And I was like, well, are they going to have to terminate one of the babies? I was like, I was so scared, man. And then Floyd kind of figured it out, and then they put it in there and everything worked out fine, and they're going to monitor her. Then we have Iggy with his patient, and he's lying to this patient, and Iggy feels bad about lying to this patient because this patient hasn't been outside in forever, and they made that connection with Iggy, and Iggy kind of talked them going to this, I'm assuming maybe like a convention or something, and they were willing to go with him, but then Iggy lied, and he just felt horrible about it. And, you know, Gladys told him, hey, you know, it's not the fact that you just feel bad in general, it's the fact that you feel bad that you lied to this person. And Iggy came straight out and told the truth the next time they played the game. But I was worried over here, man. I was a little afraid how the person was going to react to Iggy telling them the truth. And like I figured, you know, they kind of retreated and shut down a little bit and just left the game. And then Iggy felt horrible yet again. But in the end, we see that the person made their way to New Amsterdam. And I love the fact that Iggy told them, well, you know, well, that's not my name. You know, my name is my name is Iggy, but it's Dr. Ignatius Frome, and I work at New Amsterdam. And then he told them about the whole overall situation and how they became friends. But the fact that he did kind of reach out and connect to them and told them the truth, that allowed them to come to the hospital and they can have an actual conversation, which was great. Like I said, the stakes were very high in the beginning, but like everything kind of paid off in the long run, except for with Sharp's case, man. The case with the kid in the UK, it didn't quite work out the way that I had hoped. I know it's TV, but, you know, like this could be real stuff, man. And I was hoping that this kid was gonna turn out okay, and hopefully just like the last second things would work out, but I didn't have that hope, and it turned out that it didn't work out that way, man. And the parents had to say goodbye, but you could tell it hurt Sharp so much too, man, because she was trying to figure out a way to save him and decided to send the kid to America, but it just didn't work out that way. And I feel like in the long run, it's a good thing, so the parents wouldn't have to just constantly deal with that heartbreak over and over and over. But thanks to Sharp, they did get a chance to say goodbye to their son. She allowed him to be able to live just one more day. You know, her saving him and resuscitating him and shocking his heart back into rhythm allowed him to come back. And his parents finally got to say that goodbye. And it just was a hard scene overall, man. You know, the cops and the dude that's in, you know, I'm assuming he's a medical professional I'm assuming that's kind of like sits on the board that, you know, makes those decisions for the kids and stuff like that, and the medical community and stuff. And they shut that down, man. He brought like 4 cop cars, and they just shut that down. I did feel sorry for the family, but at least they got to say goodbye, if you will. It's a hard situation overall, but I'm glad they got to say their goodbyes. It was nice to see Dr. Wilder this episode, you know what I'm saying? And we see that you know, her and Floyd, you know, they were tag teaming that pregnancy thing, man. It was nice to see them putting in work like that. But we see that Bloom is working in the ER, but she's not in charge of the ER. Walsh is in charge of the ER. It was nice seeing Walsh kind of squirm a little bit this episode. You know, I know what you're doing, Bloom. I know what you're doing. You just going along with it for this moment. I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. I don't like it. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? To see them in that, you know, situation where it's kind of reversed. But I think Walsh will actually make a really good, you know, leader for the ED. You know, he didn't do a bad job. It's just, you know, he was kind of second guessing himself when it came to the hard decisions. And Bloom is one of those people that she's been in those situations on multiple occasions. So her making the hard decision is not apart, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of relinquished control to Bloom, but she told him that, hey, if you ever need it, I feel like whenever you want to do it, I feel like you can make a good ED doctor, man, like to head up everything. So it was nice to see Walsh in that predicament, man. I didn't like the one thing I didn't like about this episode. Bloom and Layla, yet again, man. Bloom is in a good spot, man. She's moving on. She's doing all the stuff at the holistic doctor. She's doing better. She's getting through. And then Layla comes up. It's funny how Layla just, when they were together, she mentioned all of this stuff that she didn't need from Bloom. She didn't want her. But now all of a sudden, when it's very vital to you not being deported, you just need all this stuff from Bloom. I mean, I know Bloom's not going to abandon her, but I will say this: you guys saw when they hugged, and she was just so, oh my gosh, thank you so much, and Bloom was just, yeah. It's like she hugged her, and she was like, well, okay, well, I'll help you because you need the help. But I don't see us going back to the thing. I hope they don't go back together. I mean, maybe in the past I did, but now I'm so over it because Layla is using Bloom to her benefit. That's my take on it. Now, I could be wrong. It could be that she's just internally grateful, but I just don't see it. I feel like she's using Bloom to get what she wants. But that's just my take. Floyd is also at the point to where, after doing the whole thing with the baby, the two twins, he mentioned that, I'm going to be a father, and Waldo's was like, what? I ain't know. Well, congratulations, man. I ain't know that. And Floyd was like, yeah. And then he decided to tell his mother that he wants to connect with his father. I feel like that moment was very good in my opinion. He asked to talk to her in private, and the deacon dude was there. He was like, no, Floyd, we don't keep secrets in this house. Mom, I would like to help you. I would like you to help me to get in touch with my father. You see the deacon just walked off. You see, he just left. He was like, oh, okay. Well, that's my cue to go. And then we have Max's episode. Max is so heartbroken. Max is just so messed up, man. He's not even trying to fight Veronica anymore. He's just done with it. And we learned this episode that all of them that was working for the urgent medical care place have a 3-year non-compete clause that they can't work anywhere else but New Amsterdam if they want to practice medicine for 3 years. But we see Max is just defeated, man. Max doesn't even have the energy to do anything else when it pertains to Veronica or trying to help New Amsterdam. But all the people that Max has helped, all the people he's continued to help, because we see him helping the maintenance workers and the janitors and everything this episode. And that it goes to show, man, being nice to people is a simple concept. It's a simple thing. And when you help people honestly and end up being nice to people, it pays off in the long run, because all those people that Max helped and has helped in the past, they realize that Max can't do anything to Veronica because he's just defeated and everything he's tried has backfired. But a walkout, I knew that's where it was coming when he helped them, and we saw that they used all these cheap gloves and nobody's getting breaks, everybody's getting cut. When he was going around talking to all these people and finding out all this stuff that's going on, they don't recycle anything anymore and stuff like that. I knew a walkout was coming. I knew it. And it wasn't like all of the medical staff or anything like that. It was the people that clean the scrubs, the maintenance workers, the people that stock the bathrooms, the janitors, all this other stuff. It was the simple stuff that helps the hospital run on a day-to-day basis that Veronica decided to treat like garbage that was very vital to the hospital's needs, and that backfired on her, and because they were all there to help Max. And at the end of the episode, na 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 na, hey, goodbye, Veronica. So now we see that she's in her room scrambling with her office. She's trying to figure out a whole bunch of stuff. Karen comes in, like, it is what it is, man. Veronica knew at this time, Karen lifted up the window. Hey, ho. Dr. Fuentes has got to go. It's time for her to leave. And she looked defeated. Like, she looked like she was truly heartbroken. But nobody really cares because we know that you didn't really care. You only cared about the bottom line and the money aspect. You never cared about the people. And seeing her leave, even if she was a little upset, I'm okay with it. I don't feel sorry for her. I really, really don't, because you had multiple times to where you could actually care for these people and you didn't. I'm not saying don't care about money, because I know the hospitals have to run on money, but you have to care about the people that's working there as well, because they are a vital part of this whole overall thing. And at the end of the episode, we see Karen saying that, they didn't do it for New Amsterdam, Max. They done it for you. I mean, they care about you. So hopefully Max stays. I mean, I think next week is the season finale for this season. And then, we have just one more season. But hopefully Max will stay, because we know he has the 3 years with the the 3 years with the non-compete clause, but I don't know if it's going to be valid or anything, because Veronica's not the medical director anymore. So I don't know how that's going to play, but hopefully if he stays, and Sharp may be feeling some type of way because, how the whole medical system is in the UK about the kid having to be killed or whatever. Well, not killed. With the kid having to be taken off life support, so Sharp may decide to just come back with Max if he chooses to stay in New Amsterdam. I don't know, but that'll be a nice way to end season 5, in my opinion, is to bring Sharp back to New Amsterdam, Max stays, and they kind of just end the season on a high note. It'll revolve everything, but it'll end it on a very good high note, in my opinion. Overall, it was another bomb episode for New Amsterdam, man. This year was incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button so you can't smash any more. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Peace out.
All out, and I am here to stay right now, so don't call